So as Andrew swears over here, I'll get that on video. We are draining the radiator out, or I should say Andrew's draining the radiator out, and hopefully he doesn't cut his hands. Oh man, look at that. Looks like someone used some scissors over here. There's a lot of stuff that we just have no idea why another shop would actually do what they have done to this car. So as I hold the wiring in my hand, it's going to go beyond repairing and fixing it. We made that decision, conclusion, whatever you want to call it, that all this wiring has to come out. The car doesn't even want to get power to like even the headlights, and for us to fix this wiring and hope that we fix everything that we encounter and we don't have an issue down the road, there's too much of it. It's too much of a chance. So this was all electrical taped together, so we had to unelectrical tape it all. This little terminal goes to this little terminal, which then loops around to itself. I'm gonna say the other shop didn't finish it because maybe they're in over their heads. I don't know. So we're gonna take all the wiring out, and we're gonna verify that the wiring kit that the guy has is gonna be usable, and we're gonna start rewiring this whole car pretty much from the ground up. So, not something that we anticipated. I spoke to the customer, told him kind of what's going to happen and what's going on. The other thing too, though, is I'm focusing on the shifter. And I think in the first video, sorry, didn't mean to zoom there. In the first video, I said how the customer wanted a manual transmission. Car originally had a manual transmission, and then the other shop, for some odd reason, against his wishes, put an automatic, or he told me they were converting it to an automatic. There's an automatic transmission under the car. So I had to call the customer and ask him if he had a manual transmission, or if maybe he said he might have a buddy that has one. So, up on top, it's got everything else that's stick shift, looks stick shift, but underneath, it's not stick shift. So we got a lot of stuff. This is going to be a long-term project. I'll say this, I don't know how many Vega fans are out there. I can't expect a lot of Vega fans, but there's going to be a lot of how-to stuff that we'll cover in here that will work on every other car, old school car. So the wiring stuff is going to, if you're going to try to wire it, you got to, like, say an old classic car, old hot rod, whatever it is, you got to do all the rewiring stuff. We're going to include tips and tricks and all the little stuff that we do in these videos, so that will help you. So this is just not for guys that own Vegas. But, yeah. That's what we're working with. So we are deep into wiring. And what you can see right now is we have all the wires laid out how we want them. And ultimately we're going to finish our tape, and then we wire loom them, which we'll show you too. But right now we're pretty much just running everything where it goes. We are kind of branching out. You can see how this will branch out to here. Doing the rear lights right now. So of course all this will get cleaned up. We're gonna see what's going on inside with the gauges and stuff. But right now, as he runs it through, you can see all the lights are out anyways, but we got all the wires going to where they go. Ultimately, before we finish the harness, which I encourage anybody to do, if you're doing a harness like this, whole car, before you make it look pretty, test it out. So, got a bunch of the old wiring here. Got his parts over here. He dropped off a trans. So he dropped off a trans, flywheel, and clutch, and some other parts yesterday. And we're not going to use the clutch and the flywheel. Well, I'll show you why. But at least we have them. So the clutch and the flywheel kind of look like they've been sitting in the ocean. At least we have them here just so we can mock it up. Here's the trans. Trans is tiny. Very tiny. So to give you an idea, that's the starter under there. And you can see, I guess, if I hold my hand up. So, very tiny trans. I'm going to ultimately see if it fits. Put it up, put it in. Gave us some other parts too, some stuff we don't need, but he said it's better that we have it here. I look like an automatic shifter, so we're gonna drop the trans, see exactly what this other place did. That's where we're at right now, so progress.